Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of In the Nude podcast, the podcast where we strip back the layers and get honest about love, life, and everything in between. Today our topic of discussion is community, the kind that lifts you up when life feels heavy and is there for you during the lows, the celebrations, and when you may just be feeling lost in all the roles and titles that you hold.
You are now listening to In the Nude.
My guest today is a filmmaker, curator, and mother to a beautiful 4-year-old. Is she 4?
No, she's 1.
She's 1? Shit, oh my god.
I said, God dang, that's been a long time.
No.
Oh, that's so funny. I can't believe
My guest today is a filmmaker, curator, creative designer, and a mother to a beautiful 1-year-old. I have known my guest for quite some time now. Yeah, it's been a few years now. So I've managed to see her through a lot of her life changes, and today I want to talk to her about how she built her village, rediscovering herself through motherhood, and her recent ventures into a walk club for mums. So settle in, this should be a good one. Let's get in there. Guys, our guest today is Destinie. Destinie, would you like to introduce yourself to our In the Nude audience?
Yes. So hi guys, I am Destinie Page, and as Nella mentioned, I basically do filmmaking, art curation, and also creative design. And also, a mom to my beautiful 1-year-old daughter, Fal. And yeah, literally.
She's been doing it for a while. She's been doing her
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into obviously your walk club and motherhood and the journey into that, let's talk about Destinie as the person who she is. How did you get into like filmmaking, and what was like your first venture actually? Was it filmmaking or art curation?
No, it was actually photography. So I wanted to always like do filmmaking, directing, everything like that, but I was thinking like, how can I get in, and also how can I better my skills? And I realised that photography was the way to do that. You know, like to hone into a craft, you kind of have to like go back to the basics and creating like stories within still images.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically did that by going to, there was a thing back then, I think it still happens now, but UAL Insight, so if anyone wants to go, but it was when I was like 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
But you know,
it's still available then, yeah.
Yeah. But it was something that was really helpful, because then I met my now mentor, Derek Wiaffi, and basically, well, he goes by D Wiaffi, sorry.
Yeah.
That's how I met my mentor, D Wiaffi. And he basically showed me the basics of photography. I learned literally everything to do with film photography. I started in film photography first, which is funny enough. I kind of forgot it now a little bit. But I started in film photography, and I was just really happy to start. And then through then, I then went on to do more photography stuff. I worked on like a campaign at the time in this place called Liberty in Brixton, where they kind of like help a lot of young people to get into the creative spaces. And at that time, they were doing a campaign for Facebook. With I think the Princess Trust, the Princess Trust. I think it's called that, And it was really a fun campaign because we had to apply to get in, we had to do interviews, we had to do the whole shebang, and then afterwards we all got our roles, and I was the photographer, and then we went on to creating like a whole campaign, and we had to pitch it to Facebook. So we had a day in Facebook, which was cool at the time. Yeah, it was called Facebook still then. I feel like I'm old, man.
No, Facebook's held up well.
It's now called Meta. So it's like...
does it come up as Facebook Meta or just Meta?
Just Meta.
Oh, child.
Now,
just now I'm feeling old, but there we go.
But at the time it was just Facebook. But I was able to meet a director called Rollo Jackson, and then he basically got me onto a set, a music video, and just doing BTS and like shadowing him. But at the same time, I had so many other interests, because obviously I basically was like a runner on set, but I also decided to help out the art department, and helping out the art department then led me to meeting an art director. It led me to meet a production designer called Bon Walsh, and then she got me onto a job like within the next week. It was a commercial, and the commercial worlds go fast, and like you just don't know what to expect. But I literally did that, and then I basically from photography eventually my way into set design, And then
okay.
set design grew up quickly because with my photography I was designing all of my sets.
Yeah.
So with designing all my sets I was able to actually like show like future clients like what I'm doing, everything like that. And then doing set design got me a job with Lush. And then also it got me a photography job with Refinery 29 and Polaroid. So during that time,
on quite a journey.
Yeah.
I don't even think I knew your full extent.
Yeah, I don't even be saying it as much, like, because like it's just funny because now, like, because I'm a mum, I'm just like, where is this person gone sometimes? But at the same time I'm very like happy how my journeys went, because after doing set design I was doing more directing, more music videos, like commercials, or even like corporate films as well. Those pay.
Oh, okay.
Don't sleep on corporate films.
Yeah,
You know, don't sleep on them corporate films. They pay. And also because I had met Rolla Jackson and he's also signed to Some Such, he basically put in a word for me to see if I can get the internship there, and then I got the internship. And then I think months later, when I was looking for a full-time job, one of the managers, well, the only manager there, Kaylee, told me that they have a job opening. Is anyone interested? And I was like, can I do it? And then she basically said, yeah, sure, but it's going to be X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then I ended up becoming a treatment designer, but it's called a director assistant.
Okay.
So I basically create all the treatments, the pictures for the directors, any assets, anything to do with design. That's what I'll be doing, and that's kind of how I ventured into where I am now. And after leaving Some Such, I basically now have a freelance career doing creative treatments for like film production companies.
I'm sure there's people out there like in the creative spaces that are trying to figure out their like first steps into anything that you've discussed as well. So
yeah, there's been a lot of stuff, and like even worked at art fairs like 154 or like or Photo London. Yeah, so, and art curation is just something I didn't realise because I didn't go to no uni for that part. Obviously everything translated, I guess.
Yeah,
like the
because
creative.
yours all kind of seems like it like fell into each other in certain ways. Like they all kind of sit with, your jigsaw puzzled itself into each other. Really.
Yeah, because I always wanted to just be in film, but I didn't know what capacity.
There you go. Well, it seems like you found your way to situate and make step by step eventually. So
yeah,
I think that's usually what I hear. A lot of people have the issue with starting and where to start and where to go from there.
I think so too. I think it is a hard one to get into.
I think creative wise, anything creative is always, it seems more daunting than usually it is, and more times it does feel like it's more who you know than what you know, because people obviously go and study and stuff like that, but I don't know, I just feel like creatively you have to socialise a bit more.
Yeah, I think you do, because even though I went to university, I started everything within uni. I was like, I think I was on my first set at like 19, 20, and it was a set of like 50 to 60 people, and it was because I couldn't wait until uni to finish. I couldn't finish uni and be like, okay, what's next? Do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't make any sense. So, and I even went to Ravensbourne, which is literally like one of the most creative unis, where loads of filmmakers, when you meet them, they're like, oh, what uni goes to? Oh, Ravensbourne. Like, everyone's gone Ravensbourne. But yeah, I think one thing about the creative industry, it is about who you know. And once again, I didn't know anybody, but I knew what institutions to go to.
Yeah.
Because I actually listened in like classes or
what people were saying,
or I was on my phone a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did the research.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's segue ourselves into the first segment. This is Disturbing the Piece, where we discuss the trending topics of today. The topic that I wanted to actually discuss is, well, it recently popped up on my timeline, to be honest. There's a lot of discussion at the moment about digital creation. I don't know if you saw my post the other day on Instagram. And
in your story.
Yeah. I actually got a lot of people messaging me afterwards talking about basically the changes in Instagram and how people sort of navigate it now, where people sort of passively watch your life rather than interact with.
Oh yeah,
rather than interact with other people's lives. It's like this taboo now where people don't actually interact with people's content, or just ordinary posts. And I'd seen the discourse myself, kind of a few videos on TikTok and X, Twitter, and stuff like that, where people were talking about it, and it just kind of felt like something I needed to say something about, just my own opinion basically. But I wanted to see what you were thinking about that, because obviously as somebody who is out there in the digital space now, how do you feel about people like feeling like it's fan behaviour to interact with people's things, but then we'll post like a celebrity or friends who will just be like, oh yeah, I've seen the content, but I'll discuss it with you in person. I won't like, I won't comment, I won't do any of that.
Well, that's weird. I can't lie, I haven't yet experienced that.
Have you not?
No, because a lot of people who know me do support what I'm doing.
Yeah, I won't lie. I definitely try to repost and anything anytime that I see it, and I do see more of your stuff than probably most people that I know, to be fair. But I was just interesting.
I know about that. I do for sure know about that, and I think at first, especially when I created this mum club, I really thought no one was gonna like mess with it, because really and truly, like, yeah, I'm a mum, but why do I need to make it my personality sort of vibe? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there is a lot of talk about that as well.
Yeah, so
creators becoming all about their like motherhood journey and becoming, well, would you say unfamiliar? Not unfamiliar, but people can't relate basically anymore.
Yeah, like, and I think I had a conversation with my sister, and going off what you're saying slightly, I was upset, like, because what I would usually post in terms of my work or like me, there would be more like reception towards it. But when I did like post Fals Own Club, there wasn't much when I first did it, and I think that made me think like, oh wow. And then my sister was like, oh, not everyone has a baby, like, because she doesn't have a baby as well, so she was like, oh, if I saw that, I don't know if I would be. And I'm thinking, but you're my sister, why would you not? You could be going on a marathon. I'm not gonna go run a marathon. You best go hype me up. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people just, I don't think you need to be in a relatable space to support someone or to like something or someone. So I think it's just weird. I think people are just generally just weird if they do that. If they just think they have to rely on something. I think no, because everyone's their individual self, like they have their individual interests. So yeah, I think it is weird, because I definitely saw that. But now, because people are starting to see where I'm going with it, that's when people started to care.
But that's always the case though. I feel like in general, people only jump on the bandwagon once either they see you're being consistent about it, or two, other people have started bringing attention to it. But to your point, I don't think it has to be something that you necessarily align with. You don't know who reposting this could get to, and that was kind of my thing when I saw Fals Own Club, because I was like, I don't personally have a child, but someone out there may want to take a step out. They've just had a newborn or something like that, and they want to get back into the space of like walking and stuff, because I know a lot of mums try to do more walks and stuff with like kids in the early stages, because obviously you're off maternity leave, there's nothing much to do. It doesn't stop your journey from supporting somebody, and that was like my main point. But I got a lot of comments like, oh, this, and so many people were relating to it, and I was just like, okay, so this is not just like a few people's experience. A lot of people are finding that either friends, family, just general people that they know don't interact with their stuff.
Yeah, I think it's just weird vibes. I think people are afraid to support people in like invisible ways. Like you can't just be talking about it in person, because we're in a digital age where like I even saw an article, the social media industry is going to be worth so much more than it was like in the last like 5 to 10 years.
Oh, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like people are not deep in that. Everyone's become invisible online, you know, whether they want to or not. Like, that's, especially if you want to get to the next stage of like your career, your passions, whatever, you're going to have to be online, and you would hope the people who are most closest to you or even follow you or anything supports that. I think it's a weird notion that people don't do that, and I think that, you know, you may want to be doing something in the future. You'd hope. Do you know what I mean? Hope.
You would definitely hope.
Yeah, like everyone starts from something.
In personal experience, I feel like I've received more. I'd probably say I'd received more like consistent support from people who. It's never the people I expect it to be. I know I'm also my own biggest fault, because me and inconsistency is, we can talk about that.
But you're doing your thing.
I'm trying to remain consistent, but I do often notice that I'm just like, okay, alright, so we've seen it, but it's always the same names under my stories and stuff, and I'm just like, alright, cool. You're paying attention to it, but you don't want to say anything or don't want to repost or do anything like that.
I'm telling you, with anything like this, you gotta keep going. Who cares
and that's it.
Like, because when they see stuff is popping up and they see that you genuinely built something up from...
See, I'm such a, like... I don't want to say petty, but the pettiness really comes out of me sometimes because I'm just like, you weren't there before, so you know, keep it pushing, keep it doing what it is. I'm glad that you jumped on the bandwagon now, but
I guess what it is, isn't it? Some people, you know, when people, what's it called? Like everyone talking about to be on the like digital space, to be visible is quite cringe. Do you know what I mean? Some people also maybe feel that they feel cringe to repost someone who's trying, and that's weird.
Why?
Do you know what I mean? Don't feel cringe.
No.
That you're like trying to help someone.
I had a friend who was like, oh, because I was in my own space as well. No, this is so cringy. Like people are just gonna look at this and be like, oh, what's she doing? But she at the time, I think she's seen a quote and it was like, oh, climb your cringe mountain, and I was like, people are doing it. People are out there putting out whatever they want to put out on the internet, and it's going somewhere. And really and truly, you sit there and you're like, what happened to me often was I'd end up seeing people doing the same thing that I wanted to do, or with the same similar idea. And then I'll be like, see if you'd have started like when...
I definitely get what you mean, and the fact that you're starting now and the fact that you're even noticing that there's other people that's doing it, there's space for everyone.
That's the thing. I think that also becomes a thing because people are like, oh no, if I repost this person then this is that. Like, no, there's literally space for everybody, and it does depend on how obviously you are as a person. I think everything's not going to relate to everybody, and that was where I had to kind of open my own self, because I was like, okay, cool. People, what each person brings to the table is themselves. So that's where I had to learn that and just be like, oh well, if people like me, they like me. If they don't like me, they don't like me. And
the people that do like you will gravitate towards you, no problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But let's move into the main topic. So, yes, your journey into motherhood.
Yes.
How was that? How were you when you first found out, like, obviously, that you were pregnant and stuff?
When I first found out I was pregnant, I think I had a lot of mixed emotions.
Did you? Okay.
Because, you know, these days, like, everyone is on social media saying, I'm so glad I'm not 30 and I have a kid. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even 30, so I'm just like, damn. Do you know
everybody
what I mean?
running from a teenage pregnancy.
Right, like, everyone's
You're
about
not
teenage pregnancy and they're like 25. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're past teenager, babe. But
look, the amount of posts I'd be seeing, I'm like, yeah. Like,
what are you guys talking about? And I think when I did become pregnant, when I became pregnant, I was very overwhelmed and very like mixed emotions. I think also, in the back of my mind, I think I knew I was going to go forward with it. Okay. Just because of where I was in my life and where I was in my career. Like, I didn't think, because I've made so many connections, because I've built so many like good stuff around what I'm doing, who I am, I felt like if I was to have a baby, slow down for a bit and go back into it, I could easily go back into it.
Okay, so yours wasn't a question of like stability?
No, it wasn't. And I think, no, it wasn't. Which
was... No, because obviously, you know, most people like getting pregnant and they're deeming it as young and stuff is like, oh, okay, I'm not stable, I'm not as far along as I'd want to be and stuff like that. So it's nice to hear that obviously that wasn't the case for you. So
no.
Why were you feeling the mixed emotions about it?
I think I was feeling mixed emotions because you obviously have a baby and it takes two, do you know what I mean? So it's just like also the other party, how would they feel about it? Yeah. Because, you know, you do go into doing something together and then it is kind of like, I guess then left up to the woman to like finish that decision, you know, whether to go forward or whether to not. So I think it took a lot of time, and it took a lot of like sad moments to actually figure out like, if I do this, it's gonna shift a lot for me and my daughter's dad. It's gonna shift a lot for maybe like people around me. Because everyone also thought like when you have a baby, because I was 23 when I got pregnant. people, you know, and it's not even that young, but as I said, I felt stable, I felt fine, I felt good, like, in terms of where I was in my life. Like, I had a home, I had a car, I had, like, the stuff.
Oh, you was good.
Do you know what I mean? And, like, you know, yeah, I had left some such, we're not going to go into that, but, yeah, I had left the company I was with, but I was in a place where it's like, I could do it, do you know what I mean? And I think because I had that mindset, whatever the outcome may be, I felt like I was going to do it. And I think also my sisters probably knew I was going to as well. One of my sisters actually laughed. And she was like, I guess you're going forward then. Oh. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like...
That sounds like something my sibling would say.
Yeah, so it's just more like, if I go through with this is like a long-term commitment. In a way that's not really, do you know what I mean? Everyone's like on the internet, a marriage before their baby. Yeah. And I'm just like, I hear it. Do you know, I hear it. But at the same time, I'm just like, it's here now. It's the consequences of my own actions. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think that's the big thing.
Yeah.
And you definitely have to consider that part, because it didn't just magically happen. There was no immaculate conception.
Yeah. So. and I, you know what's so funny? I think during my pregnancy, I was triggered so much.
Really?
Like, any slight thing, I was so triggered. I was just so triggered. And I think it's because, like, if someone, like, even said anything to me about, like, me being pregnant or anything like that, it was like a trigger, because I'm thinking, because of who I am and who I've been, like, always been this person that's on it, doing stuff. And then, I'm not trying to say pregnancy, obviously baby's blessings and all of that, but I'm saying this in a sense where it was such a different thing for people to receive from me.
Oh, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Girl, when did I find out you were pregnant?
I think I didn't really...
It's kind of popped out, and I was like, she's pregnant? She has a baby? Hold on a second.
Yeah, I think I only popped it out or spoke about it, like, November, when I went on holiday for a day.
Girl, I was like...
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I even found out on probably, like, Instagram or something.
Yeah, literally. You're my close friends, and that's... But, yeah, I was...
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I think I was just, like, not sharing it as much. But
I mean, and everyone's entitled to that.
Yeah.
You don't have to share everything on social media and stuff like that, but it is more of, like, when you feel comfortable to do that, if you want to do that.
Yeah, I think if I was to, like, have a baby again, I'd definitely, like, share the whole journey.
Did you do the whole, like, planning out, like, shoots? I know you did your own maternity shoot.
I was shoot 8. That was so fun. One thing about me, I could be going for anything in life, as long as everything looks great.
Yeah.
In terms of, I'm getting my mood boards, my pictures. My friend Frankie Spence did it. Like, she was so good at, like, it just made me feel hot. Like, I just felt, ooh.
Hey, who says you can't be pregnant? But yes, exactly.
What did you say?
Who says you can't be pregnant?
It is. That's what I was trying to say. You can be pregnant. You can be pregnant and hot. You can be a mommy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. In terms of, like, reactions from your community, you said your sister already, but how was, like, family reaction? Were they pleased, or was it like,
I think it was, again, the last, my sisters.
Was it?
Like, the last. I think the only one I was scared was my mum. Yeah. I was scared because of my mum, because also my mum, I didn't even tell her in the most iconic, not in the best way. I told her when I was admitted into the hospital during my pregnancy. Yeah. Because I have fibroids.
Okay.
And my fibroids were basically, they had degenerated, and they basically was causing me a lot of pain. In the morning I thought it was like, maybe I'm just getting like gas or something. They kept thinking it was like ligament, is it called ligament? There's a word in the second trimester that happens when your womb's basically stretching a bit more.
Okay.
So they thought it was that, and I was like, no, this doesn't feel like that. Like, I'm not feeling anything to do with that. I'm feeling immense pain. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't, like, stand up. Like, everything was just...
Had they taken that into consideration, though, before, like, obviously
What,
throughout the pregnancy? Yeah.
So I always knew I had fibroids when I found out I had PCOS.
Okay.
And when I knew I had fibroids, I didn't think like, oh, to remove it because I'm gonna get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, but I would, to be honest, I probably would suggest women to, like, check about them
Really?
health and check.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, that is 100%, because
like, there's
so many things out there that you
yeah
don't get told about. I feel like education-wise, though, it's becoming more shared on like TikTok. I definitely see more people talking about it on TikTok.
Like Mama Dinya, or even the Motherhood group.
100%.
There's so many people that are actually like sharing stories a bit more. I even shared a story about my fibroids on TikTok.
Did you?
Yeah, people came back and said the same thing. I was like, God dang, everybody having fibroids.
It's the thing though. It's so common that so many things happen for obviously female health and stuff like that, but it doesn't always get addressed, and that's the only reason I asked whether they did take it into consideration, because sometimes I feel like it's swept underneath as like, oh, it's gas, it's this, it's that.
Yeah.
Rather than actually addressing, okay, maybe it's not that.
They definitely second guessed me so much, and I was like, no. Even in A&E, I couldn't sit down. They was telling me to sit down in A&E, the seat. I was like, I couldn't sit down. I was like, I need a room. I need to lay down or something. I need something to help me. And when I was in the hospital in the second trimester of my pregnancy, and the fibroids degenerated, meaning they died off and they were growing back. Like, whoa. It was at the same time, because there was like so many. I think I have like 3 or 4 at the time. I think I got even more during it. I don't remember.
Really?
But yeah, it was. I always knew I had it, but they called uterine fibroids. And in the second trimester, you're usually quite cleared for like any miscarriages or anything, but anything can happen. So they were giving me scans. They were trying to give me medication. None of it was working. The medication they was giving me was not helpful, because there's certain medications you can't take whilst pregnant.
Oh, for sure.
But each scan they had, she was perfectly fine, like moving around, because it was the early second trimester, so I couldn't feel her or anything. And when I basically got to the end, I was in there for a week, and I think maybe 5 days in, they were like, there's a possibility of a miscarriage. I was getting really upset, because obviously at first, when you're in your first trimester, sometimes you may not be attached to the baby as much, but I think by the second trimester, I was like, I'm hearing stuff that you're supposed to hear in the first trimester whilst I'm in hospital, and it was just like...
That must have obviously been like, really shocking and hard.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought I was much more younger when I was in there, so they were probably thinking...
Like, don't crack, what are you saying?
They probably thinking, teen pregnancy up in there, because even during my pregnancy, I got some questionable stuff. Some health practitioners were saying to me.
See, I don't know whether I would take that as a compliment, or it's just like, okay, cool, because I'm black, you're assuming that I'm teen pregnant. See,
that's what I'm trying to say, and a lot of women these days, there's more women, when I was in like any appointments, there's way more women over like the age of like 35, 40 having babies. There's not many younger people anymore. So I remember, because also during pregnancy, in like the last trimester, I think, you have to do like a test to test for gestational diabetes, and you have to drink a liquid. And the lady asked me, oh, how do you feel having a kid so young? And I was just like, what?
Girl, mind your business. That's
like, it was weird, because who says that to someone? And then she went on to say, oh, it's because I had my kids young. I'm just thinking, okay, maybe lead with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think, and even one of the.
But for teen pregnancy range, my idea of a teen pregnancy is anything below 21, really. And even that is not necessarily teen pregnancy. But 21 and under, I could understand. But come on now, 23.
That's what I'm saying.
Upwards, you're not really...
Obviously, your head's still not glued on that much.
But yeah,
25, that's when your frontal lobe develops. But at the same time, like...
Hey, we women mature quickly.
Yeah,
that's what it
that's
is.
True. But, yeah, like...
That was it. But, wow. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't shock me. And from all the stories that I've read and research that I've done, I know, especially being a black mother, going through going through pregnancy is always going to be some sort of difficulty for you. It's not always a straight road as it is for others. So
yeah, literally. But yeah, when I was in the hospital, the day I was admitted, everyone was like, I gotta tell mum.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. I couldn't be like getting in the hospital, stay there for a week, and my mum's thinking, what's going on? I would literally like be so upset for my mum to hear. So yeah, I didn't even tell her. I think my sister was on the phone. We was giggling, hee hee ha ha.
Girl, you get what?
But next day I was sleeping in the room in the hospital bed. Next thing I woke up, she's right there. I said, hey, because she's all the way in Luton as well. That's where she lives. So she got on the train straight away in the morning. Next thing I see her,
and she showed up.
I know, but like,
not the way to find out, but she showed
up. And yeah, my mum was fine then, but after the hospital stint, it's like that's when her true thoughts came out, and I kind of knew what it is like. Some days I'll just be waking up and getting a cussing. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but in the end, she loves Fals. So.
This is the thing. Once they pass the stage of why
Yeah.
Once you guys have made the decision to say, yeah, you're going to keep it and stuff like that. Going through pregnancy after that, was it as easy as, not easy, but was it harder than you thought to navigate? That's what I mean. Like, were you following like certain guidelines, or was it like, okay, let me just figure it out as it comes?
Once I've made the decision and people just have to get on board, I think I did a lot of research. I joined a lot of Facebook groups.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook.
Oh.
I joined a lot of Facebook groups, you know, like for ranting, for like just expressing how you feel.
Really?
That was very helpful, because I couldn't keep on chatting it up to my friends or to family. They're gonna, obviously they can do so much, but they're not, it's a lonely experience, I must say. Pregnancy, I would say, like.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's like, it's just, well, maybe because of my experience, like I had to go in a hospital a lot for them scans after the fibroids when they got out. But yeah, it was a lot. Like it was really hard. I think I was very much like, I was second guessing myself a lot. I was making sure that the child I had, I always wanted a girl, and I got a girl. I was so happy.
Girl.
Literally, I was so happy. So it was like,
your little mini me.
Yeah,
she
like,
is so cute, guys.
I was also like, how am I gonna navigate that for her? Because also I was a person that was quite shy, didn't always speak up for myself sometimes. So I was like, how am I gonna make sure that I'm advocating for her? Like, there was a lot of stuff I was looking in with that, and like raising people, like raising good humans, or like quote unquote what we see as, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I think also I was reading up on like my birth. I was also really not rigid about my birth plan, because I didn't want to have a C-section, but because of the fibroids I had to have one.
Okay.
And I went in with a clear mindset, because I was like, I can't be upset if it doesn't go the way I want. I want to be happy that I come out alive, baby comes out alive. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no loss when there's supposed to be like a new beginning. So I was researching into that more, and I think a lot of it was dealt alone, but at the same time there was people around me. But yeah, motherhood, pregnancy, I would say, is so lonely, and I think it would take me a lot to do it again.
Really?
Yeah, like,
I wanna know.
no, because I can't lie, it was so, I think because if I was to have a baby again, it would be my second pregnancy, so I think my body would know how to shift the organs around a bit quicker. Do you know what I mean?
we hope.
Yeah, we hope, because I've seen many people who have a second kid, their belly gets big like from the second trimester, like early. Mine got big maybe 2 months before I was given birth.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't show till late?
Yeah, literally. I think even November, during my baby shower, it wasn't that big. Like, people were like, are you? I was very
supposed
small.
to be popping soon,
Yeah.
so what's going on?
It popped in January, I'd say. That's when people like, yeah, you're very pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I still had a small bump, and she came out small, but yeah.
I think people just, you kind of end up navigating things either the way you want to, or try to stick to what's normal. But I don't feel like there's a normal for anything really when it comes to pregnancy or motherhood, to be honest.
No, I don't think so. I think I even got big on car seat safety.
Did you?
Yeah, like many people don't know about car seat safety.
Can I see you in straight mum mode? Like, what's going on?
No one knows about car safety, but many people turn their children around after the age of 1. And I'm thinking, what was the difference? Their spine is still not developed well. You know, rear facing is more impact, is less impact, because you're basically cocooning. The baby's like in a cocoon's nest, like facing.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, many people don't.
No.
Even my other friend, she's big on car seat safety. We're literally car seat safety nerds. Like I'm proper researching everything, because these stuff people don't think about. They think we have the baby, when the baby turns 1, let's face it around so they enjoy the journey more. No, like, do you know what I mean? And you know, you're supposed to rear face your child up to 4.
4? Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Because people have like the mirrors and stuff to
then
visually see their kid.
And then people's talking about after 1, 2, but like their bones and their spine, their body are still so like delicate. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's So
wow.
Yeah. There's so much things to think
crash
about.
Course on
yeah, pregnancy opens your mind. I can't lie.
It's a whole nother world to learn, isn't it? That's like the big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I wanted to actually lean into, something that you stated about like loneliness of pregnancy. Did you find that loneliness continued into motherhood? Like once Fal was here and you were like creating your own community at that point?
Yeah, I think the loneliness definitely continued it into like the first 3 to 4 months of motherhood. I think also a lot of resentment was built, because your life literally does like a whole 180, and usually it can be that the mother gets more of the life-changing results. You know, when you have a baby, you're adjusting to like coming home, breastfeeding. If you choose to breastfeed, I chose to breastfeed. It was cheaper, and also yeah, and also I think it's kind of like a little superpower you breastfeeding. I think it is.
If you're able to, and
that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
well, most people obviously recommend it, but
yeah,
if because I know some women can't necessarily.
Yeah, it is
for certain reasons, but yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a mind game. Breastfeeding is like a mind game. If you don't stick, if you're not in it to win it, it's done. But you can actually bring yourself back. But yeah, I was in it to win it.
Because I heard it's like helpful for like weight loss and do it like obviously nutritious for baby.
Damn lie. Oh my gosh.
No, I didn't.
I was more skinnier during my pregnancy.
Really?
Yeah, because I had bad sickness, but not the hyperthyroid. I can't say the word, but yeah.
That one.
But I was sick. Like no, after breastfeeding, I started to yam, and the yamming never stopped. Like. Yeah, because you're burning so much more calories, you're giving so much to the baby. Yeah. You're more hungrier. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you get so much more hungrier. You can lose weight if you're actually actively trying to do that. But each time I said I was going to lose weight, I didn't. So, yeah, but I'm trying to lose weight now. Skinny too. But anyways, motherhood became very lonely during the first 3-4 months. I think also the routine of it all, I had none. I was literally winging it. Many people like, get the baby on this routine, do this, do that. I wasn't doing any of it because it was so much to do, if that makes sense. And like usually it is a 2-person's job. Oh yeah. So it's like the baby was mostly living with me. Well, was just living with me basically. So it was just like you only get like the family help maybe like the first 2 to 3 weeks like properly. Then afterwards you kind of run it, and it makes sense. Yeah, like it's your baby. Do you know what I mean? It's no one else's baby. Do you know what I mean? You can't tell the grandma this is your baby. You know.
See, but this is the thing, and I think me and my cousins were actually having a talk about this the other day because my nan is, when's the baby coming? What's going on? Blah blah. And I'm like, this whole where you guys had a village of people, because my mum always tells me like stories of her nan being like taking care of everything, making sure that she was like okay afterwards, like banding your belly, which for those who don't know is like a wrap around your stomach after you've given birth to get rid of all the like blood and stuff like that that's inside. Maybe too much information for some people, but yes. You should be educated, especially if you want kids. Yeah. But I feel like, and I said it to her, my cousin said it to her, the village that you guys experienced in your pregnancy is not necessarily the village that a lot of people have now, especially with today's society. Grandmas ain't trying to be grandmas anymore, I'm sorry. Grandmas are now like, oh, I'm going on my solo trip or I'm dating and shit. Like, it's not the same. It's really not the same. A lot of the grandmas now are like, they're taking time for themselves. And as much as, they may want grandkids, that's still your baby. So, it's not a thing of maybe having as much community as people think it is. And I've seen this clip on social media actually that Cardi was talking about, and she was like going into having kids, she knew she wanted to have kids. So she had to make sure she was taking care of it regardless of a man and village or whatever. It had to be something that was on her. And I think as time's going on now, that's a lot of people's mindsets changing. If they can't afford to have a kid or don't have the community there or feel like they're mentally stable enough to do it, I'm not wronging anybody for choosing not to do that, because it's a very big thing to take on, and I'm sure obviously you've experienced your own situations with like dealing with anything after that, like mentally wise. How after having Fal, how was it?
I became so resentful and I became triggered at anything, so it kind of led me from my pregnancy into motherhood. I feel like I also butted heads with my sister a lot, who I live with, and I felt guilt, a lot of guilt, and it was something that was really like hard to navigate because you're just like, who can you even talk to it about? I think I did go back to therapy during that time, but I've been doing therapy for a lifetime. Not that long. I mean, I've been doing therapy to the point where I don't need no therapist anymore. I know the problem. I need to apply it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, therapy's a tool. It's not the end all.
No,
do you know what I mean? So
it's just utilising the tools that they give you, really. Yeah.
And I utilised them, and I realised like I need to, one, forgive myself.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, two, understand where I am and what capacity other people can do when it came to taking care of the Val.
Mm-hmm.
I think also I needed to stop being triggered, you know, and take accountability for how I ended up where I ended up. I had to also understand this is not like, this is just right now, this is temporary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How I'm feeling is temporary. Not trying to dismiss it, but actually trying to recognise that it's not gonna be like this forever, and that I'm gonna get in the rhythm of being a mother, having a dynamic with her father, also figuring out just like what works. You know, I'm gonna figure that out, and I'm gonna be okay. And I think that's where I really had to like remove like anything to do with anything negative, because I was just so like negative. I was just like, so it was just a lot of stuff. Like when you actually like become a mom and you do stuff, there's so much to do daily. Like if someone was to put a camera in a mother's room or just a parent's room, anyone who has a kid, whatever age, like you would see like the amount of stuff that you have to do within just 1 hour or even 10 minutes. There's just so much to do constantly. Like no one really, there's a nuance about motherhood, about like parenthood, that you can't experience or understand until you become a parent. Whether you like did foster or adopted or like birthed a child, that you don't know until you become a parent.
Oh, for sure.
Because like the thing with parenthood that no one sees is the mundane experiences that you do, and I didn't see that. People said it was hard, people said it was this, like everyone can say it's hard, it's this and that, but no one understands the mundane experiences. Like those stuff is boring. It sometimes can be so lonely, and it sometimes can be so draining as well, because it's like especially in the newborn stage, feed, although you know it's a repetitive sort of thing, and then next stage they're moving. Okay, now you got to flip the script again, like, and now Fallon is walking, and it's like, mate, it's a whole different ball game. Like I gotta make sure she don't dash herself into something, or I'm trying to nurture her speech. It's just like every single chapter there's something to unravel, and I think I don't think no one can prepare you for that. Everyone's gonna say it's hard, like the late nights, the sleeps, all of that, but no one's gonna prepare for how to make sure they can talk properly, how to show them how to eat, how to show them how to put their shoes on, because people just think kids just learn like, okay, someone's gonna. But
eventually they get there, you know. We will move on to our next segment. It's a quick check-in just for those at home, for my guests today. As you know, guys, we like to hear what's going on with our playlists. So yes, what mood is it your playlist saying about you today? What song are you listening to currently, or album, whichever, that describes the chapter of life that you're in now?
I know she's trending at the moment. I'm listening to Olivia Dean.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, you thought Cardi B?
Girl, I was gonna say.
Oh! No, I actually haven't listened to her new album, but I've heard it's really good.
I've heard good things.
Yeah.
Well, no, I've listened to some. I haven't listened to the Olivia Dean album specifically, but yeah, I've heard a lot. I've seen a lot of TikToks, especially guys who are getting into the songs on there. So I'm like, okay.
Cardi B?
Oh, no.
Olivia Dean?
Yeah.
Oh!
There's
Yeah,
a lot of random listeners.
Oh wow, that's great. I'm glad, because I used to listen to like way back when a little bit more, like some of her earlier stuff, where her dress sense was way different. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is like she had her natural curly hair was more out.
Okay.
She wore more, I would say, gender neutral clothes, a bit more like, but very streetwear, I would say, a little bit, but also a bit of feminine. But now that she's like pushed further like the feminine side, and just her music, I think her new album, the one before as well, wait, was it an album before, or maybe it was just singles, but I think the most recent album, The Art of Loving, I would say It's
Probably gonna put that on in the car.
yeah, it's very intentional. I can't lie to you. It's so intentional to the point where it's like each and every song, there's a purpose for someone.
Mm-hmm.
There's like someone's gonna feel something for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think my favorite, my song right now that I'm loving is Baby Steps.
Okay.
It's
What's
like
that one about?
it basically, I think it's like, okay, so you know you go through like a breakup or you go through something and you used to talk to this person every single day or you tell them about your day and then now it's gone.
Yeah.
You come off the plane. She said in the song, you come off the plane, there's no one to text or call when the plane's landed. Nada.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, and she's taking baby steps to like get to this new person.
I really like that one.
Yeah, like, and yeah.
Current listening to?
What would be it then?
I don't know. I've kind of been all over the place really, because I think in general I've kind of been all over the place. But for me, actually, I don't know if I've already used this on this season of the thing, but I think let me just double check. 'Cause I think it's either Hello or Bloom by Akila. I think her name's Akila.
I've heard of that artist.
Yeah, she was quite TikTok trending for a while, but current season of life is more focused on me, so I think that whichever one of those songs it is, blooming into new prospects. I think it's Bloom. I'm pretty sure it's Bloom, but yeah, blooming into like new prospects and stages of your life, because obviously your girl recently turned 30. But there you go.
Amen.
Ciao. We haven't to see a new decade.
And you did it in style.
Hey. Yeah, we did.
You did.
We will definitely discuss that more like the next episode, because that trip was
It's amazing.
And do you know what?
I haven't asked
She
you.
was literally such a big factor in you and another friend that I have were so big on like, yep, definitely go St. Lucia, definitely go St. Lucia. And I was just like, okay, well, guess we're definitely going. Like, it'd been planned and I'd wanted to go from like 25, but guys, St. Lucia is stunning.
It is.
It is stunning. It's the perfect reset for sure. But yeah, we'll get into that more in the next episode.
Yeah, you went solo. I was
Hey, sometimes you gotta do it by yourself.
no, that's good. I want to do a solo trip.
Look, ended up going by myself and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm kind of glad I did. Not kind of. I am glad I did.
Yeah.
I'm really, really glad that I did, because it taught me a lot about myself, and hopefully many more solo trips in the future. But
You will, especially when you're doing, because you was doing your sunset,
Child,
sunrise journaling, getting your tea.
Getting my little tea.
Like,
Girl, she was having the time of her life. It was a nice little reset. Just the quiet, the peace that was there, and everything. I feel like sometimes going back to the like Caribbean and stuff, it reminds you of like leaving the fast-paced life and how things can be slow, and how you can appreciate like the smaller things that you don't necessarily pay attention to on a day-to-day. But yes, as I said, we'll get into that on the next episode. Well, next episode, hopefully, whichever. We'll see. But I'll recap that trip for you guys for sure.
We should. We need it.
But yeah, child. I'm glad I did like that. Wait, why is that album actually? Before we move on, why is that album your new thing? Are we?
Well, it's about the art of loving. And I ain't got no one in love. I'm joking. I think I really like the album just because I think there's something. It's like a tickle it gives me.
Okay.
Like it just like tickles.
Like a sense of hope, or
I don't know. I think it's just an inspiration. I think the sounds. It feels really wholesome. It feels like hope.
mm-hmm.
I think it's really relatable, which is also good.
Yeah.
And I like. Yeah, I think so. I think it's all of those stuff, because I don't think I'm looking for anybody, but I think it gives me the hope that when someone would come, or and it feels just playful. And I think right now I'm in a stage where I'm like, once again, trying to find myself, trying to get back to. In fact, when you're a mother, you can't get back to anything. You become a new, a new you.
Hey,
do you know what I mean? You evolve,
like,
and I've like recognized that. And I feel like this album is just, I think it's giving me a sense of hope, a sense of like wholesomeness. It's making it feel really fun to be young at heart.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
and you are, sis. You are. Period. Oh gosh. But yes, what are you guys currently listening to? Please let me know. Make sure you share your thoughts and feelings, and drop some suggestions, because I am definitely looking for some new things to add to my playlist. So yeah, please let me know. We've briefly discussed it, but let's finally get into it. Fals Own Club. How did that get started? What was the idea, intention behind it? What inspired it?
So, Fals Own Club is a curated community for moms where we sit, stroll, and find our village, and we do like recreate experiences, you know, guided walks that are guided by me, and literally filling our cup and unlocking something about ourselves and just building friendships, because I started walking during early stage of postpartum last year, and when I started walking, it was fun to just walk around and, you know, walk with my baby, like hope to lose weight, and because I did. I think, yeah, it just gave me a routine to go outside, go in the fresh air. It gave me a bit of purpose during the first stages, because, you know, whilst you're there with the baby, everyone's doing their life. Do you know what I mean? So I thought I needed to create something, and someone who was following me on TikTok called B, love her, we're literally friends now and everything through TikTok.
Hey.
She
Small
asked me.
circles. I mean, small world. You can
Literally, I met 2 or 3 new friends through TikTok. Yeah, literally, it's actually mad. And like, yeah, she asked me about like, oh, because we lived in similar areas. Like, it's funny when you are documenting outside walking, you don't deep, but you are kind of giving away your area. I don't because one girl came up to me in the park and was like, oh my gosh, I love your walking content. I was like, that day, and it wasn't even Greenwich Park; it was my local park.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
Safety.
Yeah, safety. Yeah, literally. But she asked me about starting a club, and that same year, I was just like, oh, I don't really know. I would love to. That'd be really cool. I remember asking my sister about it, but I never actually got to the point where I made it. And I think last year was just crazy, just adjusting to the first year. I think the loss of my dad as well. And yeah, so then the following year came, and then I started to get a little pep in my step. I started to figure out, like, what am I trying to do? Like, who am I trying to be? I was this person who was so creative, so involved in so many spaces and doing stuff, and I realised, like, I wanted to create like a shift in who I am. I actually wanted to become someone that was going to be someone that's going to be a cultural or a community sort of leader within spaces of motherhood, but also in spaces that of creative creative endeavours like art curation, fashion, social content, social media content, all of those different stuff. I just wanted to bring people together. So I started the walks. I put it on my own Only Des Instagram. That one's filled with just my work, like. Yeah. But there was a lot of people who were in the industry as me, was having kids as well, and I was always so nervous that if I put this out there, like, will people no longer resonate with the work I used to create? So I still put it out there because this is where I built, like, people know who I am because of this. Yeah. So I put it out there, and the reception wasn't like amazing, but it was really good enough to, like, okay, there's a need for something like this. The thing is, there is a lot of mom clubs. Yeah. Like, yeah, there is a lot.
I think for the various different things, but I don't think, personally, I haven't really seen anything. Yeah. I think walking wise, especially with kids. Yeah. I think it was a lot of, like, separated, like, oh yeah, let's just go like a run club and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen like loads of run clubs and they look successfully culturally inclined, you know. That's a good thing. They look good. Hey. Yeah, they look good. I didn't go to a run club because I don't like running, but I like walking. Hey. And I'm a mum and I don't have the luxury just to give my baby anywhere. I gotta, bring her with me. So yeah, I started it and it received well. I think the first ever one, there was like maybe like 10 of us all together, and having 10 people walk with you is actually insane, because by the end of summer, I think there was at least like 30 people walking with us, 30 to 40, and within our networks we've grown over to 200 mums, and that's within the space of started it in June until now. And like, I'm excited to see where like next year's gonna take me, because I really want to do like because right now I'm trying to do events. I also want to do like interviews with like mums who like are part of the club, but also mums that inspire me, like working mums. I think me being a freelancer myself, many of the mums that I was talking to, they were like they would love to have any like workshops or sessions about work, about insurance stuff, like those things.
All the mundane stuff.
You know what I mean? All the mundane that no one did, because I got my life insurance, I got all my ISAs set up. Do you know what I mean? Like no one's thinking about those sort of things because they just don't think about those sort of things until maybe I guess it happens. Do you know what I mean? So I literally wanted Fals Own Club to be a tool, to be a community, to be a space where it's like this can be your go-to mum community. This can be a place where you're gonna learn, you're gonna connect through stories, you're gonna unlock creative parts of yourself, you're gonna give as much as you're gonna get from it. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna make friends, and people have made friends. I've seen people like they be on their own, like they make their friendship groups from this club, and it's so wholesome because as much as they're mum clubs, there's not many that's maybe led by black women.
No.
That I've noticed.
Yeah.
Not many.
Well, not in London anyway.
Yeah, and also it started off as a walking club. It's going to be much more. Also a physical space.
You can see big things.
Yeah, I see it as a big cultural movement, for mums that are, because everyone who comes as well, the people of the different career paths that many of these women have is amazing. They got PhD and all of this, and I'm just like,
goes to show you can be a mum doing anything.
That's what I'm trying to say. Or like, some people work on like the what's it called? You know where the builders work? They work on them. Yeah, the scaffolding. I ain't working. Really? Yeah. I'm not working on that, but they are. That's amazing. Like, why are these stories not put to the forefront? Like, why are we not speaking about these things?
You don't hear about.
No.
I mean, you hear women in those fields, but
you hear about working mums, but you don't hear about like all of them. You don't hear about the jobs that are literally building our building our streets, or like working in the government sort of side. So it's just like, this is like the start, because this was the best way to bring together a community of mums.
For sure.
And it was low cost, and it was easy to do, and it was local, and so many people ask me, am I going to venture out the walks to other places? But right now I don't know, because I think when you create something and you give more access to other people to lead it, sometimes it could take away from the message of what I wanted to build.
That's the thing.
To build, and I don't want to do that yet. But the creative experiences, like we did the first one, which was soft playing portraits. Not many mums are in front of the camera, and not many people who are around the mums choose to take pictures with the mums and their babies without even them asking. So I wanted them to have portraits. I've got so many portraits of me because no one ain't gonna miss me with no photo. Everyone, I love photos.
Yes, you do.
I love a good snap, so I just want other mums to be in front of the camera, get a photo, get a feel for that.
And sometimes it's the smallest moments, because people obviously back in the day, you had your big photo albums and stuff like that. Now, sometimes you look back, you're like, oh, where's the pictures? They don't have any pictures, or they're all saved on Snapchat and this, and then something happens to your phone, that's it.
That's what I'm saying, and it was taken by Mariana, and she's a professional, amazing photographer who literally takes all of our photos and film. So it was even nostalgia. Do you know what I mean? Very nostalgic.
We like
that. I think the mums enjoyed it, and then we got our next event coming up.
Okay.
Which is it's on the 1st of November. It's actually sold out in 4 days. Yeah, and I put out more tickets because it was gonna sell out on the first 2 days. And yeah, I think
first of all, pause, because June, you started this in June.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah, I can't lie, it's given me so much more purpose, because sometimes I'm like, what is my purpose? You become a mum and you feel
sometimes you feel like you lost it, or don't know what direction it is.
Yeah, because I became great as a mum. I became great at tending to Fal, making sure she gets everything and more. But me, I became lazy for myself or whatever I wanted to do. So creating Fals Own Club also made me accountable, because it was every Wednesday. in summer to walk.
Yeah.
So it was like I didn't miss no weeks, not one. Only now in winter I've now just staggered it because I'm seeing people don't like rain
No.
nor cold. So I've staggered it a bit more.
Not a fan of those
yeah.
ones at all. No.
But
But no, girl, I'm so proud of you and how you've literally navigated this, because obviously it's a new space for you, and anything into motherhood, as we said, sometimes it can be like daunting. You don't know what you're really doing and stuff like that. But to see how you built that community, because when I was seeing like videos, and guys obviously go check out their social media.
Fals Own Club. FALS.
Yeah, check out social media and see for yourself just how many women are coming along. And I think you did like Q&A and people were asking like, oh, do I have to be like have a baby already and stuff like that, because obviously I think people just wanted to join
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
just wanted to join the club.
Someone said, "Can uncles join?"
What? I mean, it'd be nice to see like a dad's one. That would be really cute.
There is actually a few that inspire me in America.
Really?
Yeah, there's a few.
Oh, I think I've seen a few pop up on like my feed, and I'm like, oh,
literally,
okay, this is like a whole thing.
I'm trying to like, they're amazing. Like, they're such big inspiration for me, literally. And because the gap for dad clubs are so much.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
There's a big gap. Do you know what I mean? There's barely any. In London, I don't even know if there's any, to be honest.
No, I think this conversation, and hopefully everybody else has got something from it as well, to share how like important obviously community is, and finding your identity after like going through something as big as like motherhood. Sometimes you go through it and you're just like, oh, okay, well, how does that work? How do I now find myself again? But to hear the journey you've been on is quite inspirational, and hopefully obviously it's people, as I said, can take something from this to see life doesn't stop when you have kids. Like, it really doesn't.
It doesn't. We've been places.
Girl, you were on a plane with Fal from like before she was even one. So
yeah, 9 months. And yeah, we've been.
Fal's been more places than certain people. I'm not gonna lie to you. She has been more places than certain people, but it's nice. It's good to see that, and it's very, as I said, inspirational to witness it as your friend. And see you in like creating your own spaces and creating communities for people. So I'm really glad that you were able to do that for yourself and for others.
Yeah, I'm really glad too, and I just hope it reaches people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
you are reaching the people it needs to, and anybody who's not seeing that, that's just for them. That is what, yeah. That's it. This conversation was obviously important for me to be like, okay, cool. Me myself, I'm not a mother yet, but to know I have friends who are going through those experiences and are changing the game for others is really good. And I do really genuinely adore that. So yeah, I'm hoping everybody has taken something for this conversation, and we'll make sure you go follow Fals Club and Fals Own Club. Let me get that correct. On Instagram, and show their support. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys have enjoyed having Destiny join us today. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next episode. Remember to stay in the nude. Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you.